There's not a whole lot of good fights at 155 anymore because a lot of the stuff has kind of been figured out now. You know, a lot of fighters we kind of seen how, you know, their place and where they're going to be for the time being. So, but this Beneil Dariush and Charles Oliveira fight is really interesting. Charles Oliveira is hands down my favorite lightweight. Beneil Dariush is up there too, but he's not on the level that Charles is to me. I'm a huge fan of Charles Oliveira. I like this reign as champion. He got counted out every time he defended. I mean, literally, he got counted out against Chandler, Poirier, and Gaethje. Beat all those guys quickly and very decisively. Of course, you know, he lost to Islam Makhachev, you know, in October of last year. And Islam is the champ now. And this is a way for Charles Oliveira to work himself back in. Beneil Dariush, very good fighter. Was underrated for a long time. You know, he's a real good striker, real good wrestler. You know, kind of good all around the board. Not as good as Charles, though. But for some reason, I don't know. I kind of want to edge this fight to Dariush. This is kind of one of those fights that's kind of hard to gauge. I don't know, man. And you can't count Charles out, but I feel like Dariush is a real hard guy to beat, man. He's a really hard guy to beat. He's super strong. It's like he's hard to deal with, but so is Charles. Man, it's like I kind of want to edge it to Dariush, but I kind of can't. I'm kind of 50-50. I'm like 51-49. I'm like kind of 51% leaning toward Dariush. But I wouldn't put my money on this fight because I feel like Charles can wrap this guy up in something Dariush cannot get out of. And I also feel like Dariush utilizes wrestling. And he's so good on the ground. He's really good at staying away from danger. And I feel like he can keep Charles at bay to a degree. But I do feel like, even though I know Charles, I know Dariush is a really good, you know, striker. He's gotten a lot better. He doesn't want to stand up with Charles too long. Charles is going to knock this guy clean out. You know, Charles is known for, you know, hitting guys hard. And the thing you got to worry about with Charles is when you get hit by him, even if it doesn't knock you out, if you get even stunned or you look like you're losing your footing, or God forbid you fall, because if you fall, he's gonna hop right on you like a cheetah on a gazelle. He hops right on you, and once he wraps those arms or legs around that neck, it's game over. It's game over. Dariush can't do anything about it. I don't care how good he is on the ground. I don't care how good Khabib is on the ground. I don't care how good any of those 155ers are on the ground. If Charles Oliveira gets Islam Makhachev's neck, Makhachev is either tapping or he's going to sleep. Same way with Beneil Dariush. So that's why I can't count Charles out. I just feel like Dariush is probably going to utilize his wrestling to a higher degree than Charles is, and that's his key to winning. But if he doesn't, if he makes that mistake of trying to stand up and strike with Charles Oliveira, he's in for a rude awakening. Because I'm telling you, like I said, he does not have to knock you out to get this finish. And Dariush, this fight is going to show whether or not he deserves the title fight or not. Because whoever wins this fight is definitely getting a title shot. But I'm being real, Dariush is in for a tough night. Charles is in for a tough night. I'm kind of leaning toward Dariush, but if I had to put my money on somebody, I couldn't. I'm kind of torn between this. To be honest, I'm not really going to call the winner. I can't really call the winner. This is one of those fights I just have to see.